So, this is the final installment in the Dark Knight franchise, and also the best one, Sally. Which is also the final, which is also the final finger that Nolan gives us in his masterpiece. That's only not as campy as not as, that's not as campy as 1966 Batman, but not as quite as serious as 19 as Batman and Robin. How do you take this? So the movie opens up with Jim Commissioner Gordon giving a speech about Harvey Dent cut 8 years later, and Bruce Wayne is throwing a party for everyone, and he is not, in no way, has seen Bruce Wayne in 8 years. They also have not seen the Batman in 8 years. So, this mysterious girl says she'll bring up this dinner up to this room in this floor because this other girl's lady's not here and she took the day off, so she's covering her. And Alfred walks her up, and Bruce Wayne finds that his dinner is not there and throws an arrow at, or shoots an arrow at her, Yara head, because he's a dick. And we find out that he's become somehow has become what's the person when they have to cane called? A crippled person? Is that what?
Yeah.
Someone that
Disabled, crippled. Yeah.
Somehow he has become disabled. What handicap is it called?
I don't think there's a specific one. It's just handicap or disabled.
You said disabled.
Yeah.
Crippled. But is it also called handicap?
Yeah.
So which word should I use? Handicap?
Yeah.
So Bruce has become a handicapped person when he has to walk with a cane. How did he walk with why did he start walking with the cane? No explanation. That just happens after 8 years after you retired or of being a vigilante. Haven't you ever tried it? Because clearly the Batman, who after 5 years in the Frank Miller run of Batman, clearly he was a handicapped person, and he was a lot older. Yeah, after 5 years of him not being Batman, and this is based off of Frank Miller's comment of the Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, and clearly in that, which he was not a handicapped person, and he has been 5 years, Batman 5 years, and he looks a lot older, and then a lot older, all right here. Bruce Wayne. And wrinkles everyone on the face, so yeah. Anyway, that one does older Batman, right? And this one, I don't know. Now it's not that Christian Bale does a bad job acting in this. He does a good job acting in this as Bruce Wayne and as Batman, but he doesn't. He looks a little too young. Like, I'm having trouble that this is a veteran Batman. Yo, this is supposed to be a veteran Batman. As an old Batman. That's not as doesn't swing you like he used to, but he's still got some fight in him. Yeah, I'm having trouble believing that just by looking at Christian Bale after the amazing after especially when giving the shape he's in and giving how fast he moves and how he walks like a normal like a young man. Heck, the movie even says that Bane says when he's kicking his ass and he beats him, he says, "You fight like a young man." Of course, that is your weakness also. Which doesn't make sense. So, yeah. Anyway, so Bruce gets robbed, and Selina Kyle flips out the windows with his mother's pearls around her neck and hitches a ride. And gets double crossed by the deal she made with this guy and kicks their asses, and the cops come in and she escapes, and the cops go into the sewer and everyone gets bombed except Commissioner Gordon because he hides behind the wall, and he goes to investigate what caused the explosion. He gets knocked out and he gets dragged where we see Bane. And he asked one of his henchmen, why you here? And it's because he's a cop. They brought one kid there because he's a cop, and he says how it was a very stupid idea on them. So Gordon escapes, jumping into the water and flowing down the sewer. Is that right? And it's a very clean sewer water. For water that's been in this, so for sewer water, it's very, very clean, like incredibly clean, like you could swim in it. Yes, it doesn't have any like dirt or shit in it or anything. In fact, when this cop that finds him and brings him to a hospital, you don't see him covered in dirt or anything. You just see him, he's just wet. And Bane shots his own men and pushed a tractor on his own men so he could follow Jim Gordon to see if he's dead. So he killed his own men and shot them cold-blooded so he could find Jim Gordon's body. What was that planning in? And this is a really cool scene when Bane this one man gets kidnapped, and he's wondering why shoot a person before throwing him out of a plane. He comments, why would you do that? It makes no sense. And his plan was to get caught, and his next part of the plan was crashing the plane. And like it says how this doctor refused his Arthur and wanted to know what he told them, and the doctor said he told them nothing. And Bane's looking at him, and anyway, this man takes apart this other airplane, half of the airplane, and Bane goes down and takes the blood from the doctor. Takes the blood from the doctor to and or does he take the blood from the corpse to put it in the doctor? No, the corpse. He takes the blood from the doctor and pumps it in around, pumps it in this. He does a blood transfusion in the air, I guess, something like that. And he pumps the corpse's chest, and the doctor's screaming, and Bane tells him to shut up. and one of Bane's henchmen go down with the plane. So Gordon's in the hospital, and the cop that brought Gordon to the hospital also goes to Bruce Wayne's house and says that he knows that he's Batman, and he says Gordon doesn't know, and says how we met before, and when he saw him as Bruce Wayne, he knew who he was. He gave the same look that he taught himself when his parents died. So Batman decides to is thinking about coming back as Batman, and he tells Alfred to have an appointment for in the hospital for his leg, whichever one Commissioner Gordon is in. And so he has an appointment with the doctor, and the doctor says he can't do this because the cartilage in his leg is weak, plus a few minor concussions, lots of brain damage in his head, and there's also damage in his college and both of his legs and arms. So how the fuck can he punch so well? Dad, does this make sense?
No, you make sense.
I mean, how can it punch and it not hurt him? Who wrote that? Look up.
Who wrote what?
Who wrote that part of the script? And who wrote that in the script? I want to know who was the idiot that wrote that. Thought was a good idea. When Bruce Wayne goes in to have his leg checked, and he tells him the damage of his body. Tell me I'm remembering it wrong again. I messed up.
No, I remember that part.
Oh. Okay, so who wrote
it?
Yeah, who wrote that in the script? So, when the doctor leaves the room, he goes downstairs and puts his ski mats on to visit Gordon, and Gordon says the Batman must come back. And Batman says we won, the world no longer needs Batman. And maybe he doesn't exist anymore in me. So he says he needs to exist. Gordon says, and he passes it out. Um, so he goes to visit Lucius Fox and tells him he can't do this. It's way too risky for pure energy or something like that. And says that you, yeah, and he says it's good to see you. You know, you might have lost most of my money. And Lucius says, actually, you did that. Because you decided to not actually do this project and you think that wouldn't have any consequences. And he says to show her the machine, and he says, "I'll think about it." And Lucius offers to show him new toys that he's made since he's retired.
Jonathan Nolan and Christopher Nolan.
Jonathan Nolan and Christopher Nolan? Let me guess, is Jonathan Nolan Christopher Nolan's brother or something?
So, yeah.
Who had more control of over that pie?
I can't find out. I'm trying.
It's Jonathan Nolan, isn't it?
I think so.
Well, congratulations, Jonathan Nolan and Christopher Nolan, if you're watching this. You fucked up your own movie by putting that really, really stupid plot hole in it. Well, I didn't thought you could like top the plot hole that was in the dark night, but sadly I was wrong. Thank you for proving me wrong. And if you're wondering which plot hole I'm talking about the plot hole about when he went to say he's going to rescue Rachel Dawes, but went to rescue Harvey Dent. So Bruce Wayne likes the new toys that Lucius Fox made, and he has this machine that makes his arm has this machine that hurts his leg and allows him to walk. This kind of mechanical sort of mechanic thing that allows him to walk, and he kicks this brick wall. Yeah, sure, that would. Sure, he could. Even if Batman could walk again as strong as he used to be, he wouldn't be he wouldn't be Superman strong. I mean, that leg wouldn't happen unless I don't think he would. I mean, I don't think could that happen unless it was a full robotic leg. So like that couldn't happen unless it was a full robotic leg, right? Mm-hmm. That can happen for full robotic, but I don't think it can happen if there's still human attachment to that, to his leg, and you just have robotic stuff holding it together. So anyway, Gotham Bane and his men rob, and the cops say to shoot them, and they don't shoot, and Batman shows up, and Alfred explains how he was one of the League of Shadows students and trained by Ra's al Ghul, I know it was Raz, and says that he became too dangerous too much of a dangerous unstoppable force for Ra's al Ghul. And so Batman chases after Bane and his goons while they're trying to load up something. He takes down a few goons and saves this guy and throws. Batman throws the cops off of Bane, and Bane escapes. And he stops this thing from blowing by taking the chip out and then throwing the iPad on the floor and getting on his bike and riding away to the cops riding into the corner, and the cops have him cornered, at least he think, until this, I think it's the Batwing or Bat helicopter. I'm not really sure what it is, because on one hand it looks like the Batwing, but on the other hand it looks like the Bat chop helicopter, because it has a spinning wheel on the bottom, but it flies, and it kind of flies like a plane. Is it both? I don't know, but it looks cool. And so Batman goes to save Catwoman after she robs a guy and takes the guy hostage in his own house just so she can get this thing that she wants, and she's told is a fake, and gets outnumbered by a bunch of Bane's guys, and they kick ass together, and they fly all the way together. And Bruce also gets the pearl back by Selina Kyle by dancing with her and flirting with her. She also posed as his wife. It's a Batman comedy hour. And so Batman says, I give you what you need if you give me Bane. So after Batman bones a babe, which is also after Alfred leaves him, after he does something for him to give Lucius Fox, because he doesn't want to bury Bruce Wayne, and because he really cares about him. So yeah, they don't really give you enough screen time for that part. So, but it's well, but everything's very well acted, and it has a good pace to it. Keeps you engaged through beginning to end. And could you not do that? And so yeah. So he leaves the girl that he sleeps with, and leaves the girl and go dress up as Batman and meets Catwoman in the train station. And Batman and Catwoman take out Bane's men, and whoopsie, Batman got outsmarted by Bane and Catwoman, because Catwoman backstabbed him, backstabbed him, so Bane's men and Bane would stop wanting to kill her. And that's never explained or explored in the movie. Kind of edited that out, didn't ya? Movie just had that out. Okay, so I told you about the brawl that goes on, and Batman loses the brawl. But it's a really well done fight with Bane, and he dislocates Batman's back. Batman gets in this prison, gets in this worst prison on the planet, and he gets his back into place. While each day he watches Gotham suffer, and sees Ra's al Ghul's ghost, and talks to Ra's al Ghul, and finds out he was the man, and cuts back to a clip from Batman Begins that he had a wife once, and find out that he was the man, the assassin, and and says that all of his years and Ra's al Ghul says all your years you fought Gotham was all your strengths, your resources. Now you see Gotham is not enough time, my luck. No, Gotham must die. And Bane says he's here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's mission. And he says what Commissioner Gordon was going to say in the beginning of the film, which was his little speech that he had prepared for Harvey Dent, which was also his speech for retirement, and which is the actual truth of what happened. The Batman took the blame and did not murder Harvey Dent. He saved he says he has helped the Batman saved his kid, and Batman took all of the blame, and so the world would not see this monster that Harvey Dent is. And which means I cannot live with myself no longer with these lies, which also I must retire. It says, so Bane says, do you accept this man's resignation and this? Accept the man's resignation? Well, everyone's all going nuts, and the resignation and also you accept these lions, everyone's like all going nuts, and meanwhile Batman's building himself and tries to make the climb with the rope, and he falls and back in himself, building himself, and tries again with the rope and climbs and falls. And so the cop that Bane blows up every cop in the city, and every cop in Gotham, almost pretty much every cop in Gotham, and one giant explosion that also blew and gives a speech and says one of you has the detonator, and kills the doctor that confesses that only he could do this. And So Bane says that Gotham will survive and is a great city, and he will do his part to serve Gotham and this great city, and Gotham will survive. And he has what's left of the police down in the sewers, Junior, I guess, like slaving the people and the people of Gotham, the criminals, thieves, destroying stuff, and the rich people of Gotham getting all the houses destroyed and the homes invaded, and the regular people of Gotham are doing the same thing that the thieves are doing. So he accomplished something that the Joker was trying to accomplish: chaos and corrupt people. Sounds like Bane has accomplished more than Heath Ledger. It almost sounds like he's a better villain than him.